Hello everyone. Today we are going to see session 39 of B.Sc first semester. In this session, me, Dr. Pratima Matthias, Assistant Professor of Chemistry, will take you through the question bank of Chapter 2, Basic Concepts in Mechanism of Organic Reactions. In order to understand this question bank session, you will have to understand the concepts which were taught to you between sessions 32 and 38. If you have not attended these sessions, I recommend kindly see through sessions 32 to 38, understand the concepts which are taught to you in them, and then come back to this session. So in this question bank session, you will be able to answer few multiple choice questions, 1 mark questions, 2 mark questions, 3 marks questions, and 4 marks questions. The session outcome will be, after attending this session, you will be in a position to answer any type of questions that may appear in the question paper of your university. Let us move to the multiple choice questions. Question number 1. Elimination reactions give dash compounds. So for this you have to understand what is elimination reaction. We know elimination reaction is removal of atoms. And what is addition reaction? Addition reaction is addition of atoms. So the options here are saturated, addition, unsaturated, both A and B. Elimination reactions give dash compounds. So they can never give you saturated compounds because you are going to remove it. They will never undergo addition because addition and elimination reactions are reverse, and hence the right answer will be C, that is, elimination reactions give unsaturated compounds. The second question, curved arrow denotes dash. Let us look at the options. Movement of electrons, movement of one electron only, movement of 2 electrons, and none of the above. So curved arrow, so if you just picturize curved arrow comes like this, curved arrow. So curved arrow may be double-headed or single-headed. So it may be double-headed or single-headed. So it may not be only movement of 1 electrons or only movement of 2 electrons. It will be movement of electrons. It may be either 1 or it may be 2. So curved arrow denotes movement of electrons. So third question, nucleophilic reagents are, options are electron rich, electron deficient, neutral, both A and C. So picturize in your mind what are nucleophilic reagents and what are the different types of nucleophilic reagents. Nucleophilic means nucleus liking or loving. So if in order for a molecule to like a nucleus will always be positively charged. Nucleus should have negative charge or excess of electrons. So nucleophilic reagents are the options electron rich, electron deficient, neutral, both A and C. So under different types of nucleophilic reagents you have electron rich negatively charged or neutral species, and hence option D, both A and C, is the right one. Next multiple choice question. Positively charged carbon atoms are called. What are they called? Options: carbonium ions, carbon ions, carbocations, both A and C. So it is a positively charged. They are obviously carbocations, but the old name for carbocations is carbonium ions, and hence the right option should be D. Positively charged carbon atoms are called both carbonium ions and carbocations. Photolysis in presence of peroxides leads to formation of dash. So whenever you get this term peroxides, you have to remember these are used in a specific type of reaction. So they give rise to nitrines, free radicals, carbon ions, none of the above. So nitrines are nitrogen which are neutral, but yet they do not have satisfactory electrons. Free radicals, they also do not have electrons. Okay. Carbon ions, negatively charged, and none of the above. So photolysis in presence of peroxides leads to the formation of free radicals is the right and appropriate answer. So the choice will be B. Now let us move on to 1 mark questions. So 1 mark questions: what is resonance? Movement of electrons. Okay. So movement of electrons is called as resonance without much change in the structure. Give the structure of carbocation. So you should remember carbocation. There is carbon. It is a cation. Therefore, it will have trigonal planar geometry. Okay. Write the structures of carbene. So you have 2 types of carbene: singlet carbene and triplet carbene. You are supposed to write both. So carbenes are having 1 excess electron, and hence the geometry becomes tetrahedral. So you are supposed to write tetrahedral geometry, and one will be singlet and the other one will be triplet. And then you have give the structure of nitrine. So nitrogen, again you have 2 types of geometry for nitrines. You are supposed to write both. Here also you have a singlet nitrine and a triplet nitrine. You have to be very careful and you have to write both the structures. What is homolysis? So homolysis is breaking of a bond equally. So whenever homolysis occurs, you get free radicals. Okay. So you are supposed to write that. What are the end products obtained during heterolysis? So heterolysis means both the electrons move with 1 atom, and hence whenever this occurs, 1 atom will be positively charged and the one which gains will be negatively charged. Therefore the end products obtained during heterolysis are ions. What are reactive intermediates? Reactive intermediates are short-lived species which are formed during a reaction. Okay, so they may be either carbenes, nitrines, free radicals, anything. Now let us look at 2 marks questions. What are the possible 2 marks questions? So with a suitable example explain. You may get addition reactions, or with a suitable example explain substitution reactions, or with a suitable example explain elimination reactions. So you have to know what is an addition reaction, substitution reaction and elimination reaction. So main points here is you have to write that addition reaction leads to transformation of unsaturated molecule into a saturated molecule. Substitution reaction, one particular group goes and in place another one is going to come. Elimination reaction, atoms in a molecule are going to leave and then we are going to get an unsaturated compound. So you have to remember these basic aspects and you have to give suitable examples. Give 2 methods for the synthesis of carbocation, 2 marks. Give 2 methods for the synthesis of carbon ion, 2 marks. Give 2 methods of synthesis of carbene, 2 marks. Give 2 methods of synthesis of nitrine, 2 marks. So there are no specific type of production of these particular reactive intermediates for your syllabus, and hence you are supposed to write any two methods which are generally used for synthesis of either carbocation, carbanion, carbene or nitrene molecule. 3 marks questions. Give the rules of resonance. You have seen a list of rules of resonance. You can write any 3 rules of resonance. Okay, there must be the molecule should be planar, and then electronegative atom can never have positive charge, etc., etc. You can write any rules of resonance. Okay, since this is for 3 marks, one person will always expect at least 6 rules of resonance. So half marks for each. Briefly explain the meaning of different types of arrow notations in organic chemistry. So you know different types of arrow notations. First one is forward arrow, reverse arrow, and then you have equilibrium arrow. Those are the general types which are used. And then you have curved arrow notations. In curved arrow notations you have single-headed arrow and you have double-headed arrow. So you're supposed to write all of them. Then you can get 3 marks. Explain homolysis and heterolysis by taking suitable examples. Homolysis is, as I told you in the previous slide, so bond is cleaved equally. You're supposed to write that. Heterolysis, bond is cleaved unequally. So homolysis gives free radicals, heterolysis gives you ions. You are supposed to explain them with suitable examples. Next, differentiate electrophilic reagents from nucleophilic reagents. So they are asking you only to differentiate electrophilic reagents from nucleophilic reagents. So what are electrophilic reagents? They are electron loving species. So they are positively charged or electron deficient. So you have to know the different types of electrophilic reagents. They may be positively charged, or once again they may be neutral, which are electron deficient. You have to give suitable examples there. Nucleophilic reagents, the ones which like nucleus. So in order to like a nucleus, you have to have negative charge or you have to have electron in excess. And you have 2 types, negatively charged nucleophiles or neutral nucleophile. So you are supposed to write examples. Example for electrophilic reagent, bromonium ion, Br+, that is positively charged. Neutral, BF3 molecule, so neutral charged. Nucleophilic reagents, OH- is a nucleophile. Ammonia, neutral nucleophile. All these are examples. You are supposed to give them appropriately wherever it is necessary. Describe inductive, electromeric, mesomeric hyperconjugation effect with suitable example. They may ask any one of these and you are supposed to give suitable example. So inductive effect, you know it is a permanent effect due to the difference in electronegativities. Okay, you are supposed to give a suitable example here. Electromeric effect, this effect is seen in presence of reagent. Okay, it's a temporary effect and there is movement of electrons in a double or a triple bond. They are electromeric effect. Mesomeric effect is an extended electromeric effect wherein you will have an electronegative atom at the end of the system. And then you will have a relay of electrons. Okay, relay of electrons. Hyperconjugation effect, this is seen by sigma and pi bonds. So wherever there are sigma pi bonds, you will have hydrogen atoms and then there will be transfer of electrons and leading to hyperconjugation effect. Okay, any one of them they may ask you for 3 marks. Finally we have 4 marks question. Write a note on structure of carbocation, or write a note on structure of carbanion, or write a note on structure of carbene, write a note on structure of nitrene, or write a note on structure of free radicals. So you can write a note on any one of them, whichever they may ask you. So you are supposed to write, and then you're going to get the 4 marks. So whenever you write a note on structure, you have to bear in mind it is structure, and hence it is always better to write the hybridization in case of carbocation, carbanion and carbene, and then draw the structures. Wherever you have singlet and triplets, you are supposed to write them too. Okay. Discuss the stabilities of carbocation. So which is more stable? In a carbocation, you know, it is a positively charged molecule, and hence more the electron donors, more will be that stability, and hence carbocations tertiary are more stable compared to secondary, and secondary more stable compared to primary. The same is the case with carbenes. So carbocation and carbene, the same thing will apply, that is tertiary is more stable compared to secondary, secondary more stable compared to primary. We are supposed to discuss that. When it comes to carbanion, the order reverses because it is a negatively charged, and hence more, if you pump more electrons, it will become unstable, and hence primary carbanion is more stable compared to secondary, and secondary more stable compared to tertiary. Okay, you are supposed to tell this. So you are supposed to even discuss it with nitrines or free radicals. They may ask you free radicals in general. So when it comes to free radicals in general, you are supposed to see they are with only 1 electrons. So once again, when it is 1 electron, it will be similar to that of carbocation. Okay, nitrines are always unstable. They are unstable. It may be triplet or singlet. It is always unstable. So with that, we have covered 4 marks questions, and then we have covered 3 marks questions, 2 marks questions, 1 mark question, and then we have seen through the multiple choice questions. So I hope now, since you have attended this session, you are in a position to answer few of the probable questions that usually appear under this chapter. So the chapter was Basic Concepts and Mechanisms of Organic Reactions. Thank you very much.